Okay, I have been dying to hear all about your vacation, so you had better tell me all the juicy details. I want to know what you did, where you did it, when you did it, and most importantly of all, did he finally propose to you? Hurry up and text me back. I'm dying over here. Well, wait no more. Yes, he proposed, and I can't wait to show you my ring. It's positively gorgeous. We went out to dinner at the fantastic restaurant. They had some of the best Italian food I'd ever eaten. Then we took a little walk through the park, went back to our hotel room, and when I got out of the bathroom, there he was, down on one knee. Oh my God! That is like the most romantic thing I've ever heard. He proposed to you during a vacation he took you on for the 5th anniversary of your first date. Not only that, he took you to a super nice hotel. I'm so jealous of you, Ashley. I would kill to have a man propose to me like that. Rihanna, I can't even begin to describe how incredible the whole day was. It was the happiest day of my life. I don't know how I'll ever be able to top this. I guess that boyfriend, fiance of yours is gonna have his work cut out for him then if he wants to keep you happy. All right, next order of business. Tell me about the ring. How big is it? Where did he buy it from? Was it something simple, like from Tiffany's or maybe Cartier? Oh, did he maybe go for a Harry Winston ring? I've been looking through their catalog lately. They have some incredible new models this season. Whoa, slow down there, Rihanna. Harry Winston, that's a bit too much for normal people like us. He just got me something simple from a local jewelry store. I don't even know what the name of the brand is. Aw, really? Oh, what a letdown. I mean, this is your engagement ring we're talking about. He's asking you to be his for the rest of your life, and he didn't even get you a decent engagement ring? Well, it may not be from some fancy brand, but I think it's absolutely perfect. Justin picked out the design himself and even had a few special customizations done to it. He's been meeting with the jeweler for a few months now to talk about the ring, picking out the model for the band, the size of the stones, all that stuff. I'm so happy to receive something that he put so much work into. It really means so much to me. Wait, are you joking right now? Back up for a second. Did you say that Justin designed the ring, like, by himself? In other words, he gave you a ring designed by an amateur? And he didn't even hire a consultant from a half-decent firm to help him make a half-decent design? Oh my God, Ashley. How can you be happy to get a piece of junk like that? I wouldn't really call it a piece of junk. It's my engagement ring. Good grief, I had no idea your boyfriend had such awful taste. What a complete loser. Like, seriously, what's his problem? Where did you find that guy anyway? What kind of idiot thinks it's a good idea to give the woman he wants to marry some kind of homemade piece of trash excuse for an engagement ring? Rihanna, hey, now that's going way too far. You can't talk about my fiancé like that. You have no idea how hard he worked for this. Not just on the design, he saved up money for a long time to be able to buy this for me. Listen, Ashley, it's clear you don't know, so let me explain to you how this is supposed to work. The rule for engagement rings is very, very simple. When you propose, you give the girl a ring that's worth 3 months of your salary at least. Anything less is just insulting. Frankly, I would turn any man down who spent less than 3 years worth of his salary on my wedding ring. 3 years? Are you serious? Yeah, that's what men are supposed to do when they propose. They have to show her how committed they are to supporting her. I'm supposed to spend the rest of my life with this guy, right? He can do a measly 3 years of work for me in return, and if he can't, what good is he? Why even keep him around? Honestly, Ashley, hearing what you just said about your ring makes me really, really concerned about your future with Justin. I just don't think he cares enough about you. Wait, you turned him down, didn't you? Oh God, don't tell me you actually said yes. No, of course I said yes. What else was I gonna say? The way he looked at me when he said the words, Ashley, will you marry me? I just can't get the image out of my head. I could tell by the look in his eyes how much he cared about me. No, Ashley, what were you thinking? You must be out of your mind. You actually said yes? What am I gonna do with you, sweetie? Any man who would slap some metal and rocks together and call it a day would never deserve you. If he really cared for you, he would have bought you a decent ring. You have to call him up right now and tell him you changed your mind. If you actually go through with marrying him, your life will be over. You'll be stuck with him. There's no one on earth I'd rather be stuck with than Justin. He's wonderful. We might have some difficulties ahead of us in our future, but I'm sure that if we just stay together, we'll be able to get through anything. Girly, girly, girly. Did you have a little too much to drink on the airplane? Are you listening to yourself right now? I'm your best friend, Ashley. There's no one in the world who knows you as well as I do. And as your best friend, I am telling you that you're never gonna be happy if you get married to that broke loser Justin. Like, what is his job anyway? Is he just some average middle manager type? Well, I guess you could say that's true right now, but he has big plans for the future. Oh, I have no doubt. He has a super big dream of hitting it big after working his way up the corporate ladder. But that's all it's ever gonna be, Ashley, a dream that never comes true. If he doesn't even have the ambition to buy you a respectable engagement ring, there's no way he has the kind of ambition he'll need to have in order to work his way up through the ranks. Tell you what, baby girl, I've got some good connections. I can hook you up with a handsome guy making 10 times as much as your broke loser boyfriend does. You can marry him and live like a princess. So go right now, call your boyfriend, tell him you changed your mind, throw his plastic ring into the trash, and come by my house, okay? I'm not gonna tell you again, Rihanna, do not talk about my fiancé like that. What is it with you and money? I'm not getting married to his bank account. I'm getting married to him as a man. I love Justin, and I will always love Justin. Even if he went completely bankrupt tomorrow, I would still marry him. So please, Rihanna, I don't want to damage our friendship. Please don't talk about Justin like that anymore, okay? I don't believe you, Ashley. You're gonna ignore the earnest advice of your best friend? You're gonna choose a broke loser guy over me? All I'm telling you is the truth. It's not my fault that reality is painful for you. You've got some nerve to brush me off like this after all we've been through together. Look, Rihanna, I understand getting married is a very big moment, and you're naturally concerned about whether or not I'm making the right choice. But I'm telling you, I know that I made the right choice. I know that Justin is the right man for me. You need to respect my choice, Rihanna. If you keep talking about my fiancé like that, then I don't think this friendship is going to work out anymore. You have got to be kidding me. You're really gonna go through with marrying that scumbag? If that's what you want, then fine. Go ahead. Do whatever you want. Throw your life away. I don't care anymore. Enjoy your life in subsidized housing with your precious little Justin, Ashley. Goodbye. Rihanna, where are you right now? I asked the venue staff and they said that you hadn't arrived yet. The wedding's gonna start really soon. Are you stuck in traffic? If you need just a few more minutes, I can probably delay the start of the ceremony a little bit. Huh? Oh, your wedding, right. Sorry, I kinda overslept today and never had a chance to shoot you a message. You overslept? Well, I guess that's not so much of a surprise considering it's you. All right, well, if you're just getting up now, then you're probably not gonna be here in time for the wedding then. Well, I'll go and talk to the coordinator about whether or not we can delay the service for just a little bit. Maybe we can have them change around the order of events to make sure you don't miss any of the important parts. Don't worry, though. We're not mad at you or anything. We're really excited for you to come. Yeah, nah, that's cool. You don't have to wait up for me. I'm not coming. So, you can give my food to someone else, or you can just take it home in a doggy bag to save money. Rihanna, what are you saying? What's going on? Wasn't I clear? It's just like I said, I am not coming to your wedding. I have no interest in seeing you two tie the knot. Got it? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back to bed now. Rihanna, wait, I don't understand. You're not gonna come to my wedding? But Rihanna, you're my best friend. You were supposed to give one of the speeches at the reception. Why aren't you coming? You owe me an explanation for this, Rihanna. Speech? Oh, yeah. Now that I think about it, you did ask me to do that, didn't you? Well, you're gonna have to find someone else to do it because I don't have a speech prepared and I'm not even your best friend anymore. So, yeah, get one of your other friends to do it. I'll pass. What do you mean we're not best friends anymore? We've been together since we were in elementary school. We went to the same middle and high school too. Even after we went to college and graduated, we still see each other all the time. I always thought we were gonna be best friends forever. Yeah, well, you thought wrong. I don't ever want to be your friend again. I'm kind of embarrassed I was ever your friend to begin with. I guess I just grew tired of hanging around with a poor girl like you. What? Don't get me wrong, I am sad about losing you, Ashley. Most people get kind of overwhelmed when they figure out how rich my parents are and stop hanging out with me, but you were never bothered by it. Like, for real, you're just about the only real friend I ever had. I don't know, all the other girls in our class always felt like they were from another universe, but you and I always seemed to get along for some reason. But if that's true, then why aren't you coming to my wedding? Why don't you want to be my friend anymore? I felt the same way as you did. You and I always had a certain special sort of connection. I didn't care that your family was rich. Actually, I always thought it was fascinating to see the differences in lifestyle, values, and all that stuff between your family and mine. You're the best friend I've ever had, Rihanna. Uh-huh, is that right? Well, then maybe you should have listened to my advice and broken up with that broke loser Justin. The fact that we're not friends anymore is 100% your fault. It's my fault. Not only did I do you the favor of warning you of what a terrible choice you were about to make, I even offered to help you find a real man who would be able to support you like you deserve. But you ignored all my pleas and went forward with your death wish of a marriage. Is that why you're canceling on me last minute? It's just because you don't think Justin is good enough for me? Who I marry is my choice, Rihanna, not yours. I thought you would respect that. How could I respect something that's not respectable? Besides, you know me better than anyone else. You should have seen this coming from a mile away. I never thought you'd do something like this, though. And, I mean, isn't this the guy that basically gave you a plastic ring from a Cracker Jack box? If he has that poor taste in jewelry, then how could he possibly plan a wedding that's worth my time? I'm not interested in going to some simple wedding full of middle-class people. It's beneath me. So like I said, I'm not coming today, and don't wait up for me. Wow, I guess you really don't like Justin, do you? Let me ask you a question, though. What if Justin wasn't a broke loser, like you say he is? What if he was rich as your family? Then would you come to my wedding? Yeah, sure. If he's rich enough to throw a wedding that would look good on my Instagram feed, then sure, I'd go. I might have to rethink my opinion of you, too. I'd even consider allowing you to stay my friend. I see. It really is too bad, though, Ashley. I thought better of you than this. Even after being my friend for all of these years, you were so willing to throw it all away, all over some deadbeat guy. I can't believe you had such poor taste in men. I also have my status to consider, you know. If I were seen giving a speech at a wedding like yours, I'd be a laughingstock. All the other people in our gated community would see me as the girl who could only make friends with, well, someone like you. I thought better of you too, Rihanna. I never thought this is how our long friendship would end. But you can have it your way. We're not friends anymore. You don't have to tell me twice. I don't want to spend any more time with a tasteless, classless girl like you. I bet you were looking forward to receiving a good gift from me to pay for the wedding, but you'll just have to take out a loan or something because I'm not coming. That's fine by me. We don't want you or need you to come. Yeah, right. One of these days, you'll come to regret throwing away our friendship because you decided to marry some broke loser. You want to talk about regret? I think you're going to regret not coming to my wedding very, very soon. I also think you're going to regret calling Justin a broke loser, too. It's not a very good idea to insult one of your dad's company's biggest clients. Huh? Goodbye, Rihanna. The wedding's about to start. I'm going to have the happiest day of my life, with or without you. Actually, you know what? I think it'll be a much more pleasant day without a stuck-up jerk like you around. Hold on, just one second, Ashley. Insult one of your dad's clients? Just what is that supposed to mean? Does Justin have some kind of relationship with my dad's company? No time to talk, Rihanna. I gotta go. The wedding is starting. I don't have the time to be chatting with someone who isn't even my friend anymore. Goodbye. Ashley, are you there? Look, I'm on my way to the wedding right now, okay? So keep my seat open, got it? Oh, and I also went by the bank. I'm gonna give you guys a huge present for your wedding. It's gonna blow you away. So please let me inside. I was just about to change my dress for the reception. What do you want now? I thought you weren't interested in coming. I take everything back, all of it. I really want to go to your wedding. I'm more excited than I've ever been in my whole life. I have to come to your wedding, literally. My mom and dad are super mad at me. If I don't go to your wedding, who knows what they're gonna do to me. Wow, your parents got that mad at you? I've never seen them upset before. They've always been some of the calmest, kindest people I've ever met. They didn't even get mad at me when I accidentally poked a hole in your sofa back when I was 10. Yeah, well, if you saw the look they gave me, you'd know exactly why I'm so terrified right now. Dad went out of his way to do a video call just to make sure I got the point. First, he texted me and asked why I wasn't there. I told him that I had canceled on you, and that it's because you ignored my warnings and got married to a broke loser. And then he immediately did a video call, and he looked like fire was about to shoot out of his eyes. He told me that if I didn't get over there right now, he'd come straight back home, hog-tie me, and drag me there himself. He threatened to hog-tie you? Wait, he knows how to do that? Seriously though, I can't imagine your dad being angry enough to bring out a threat like that. Yeah, I couldn't believe it either, but he was dead serious. I've never seen him get this mad before. Neither him nor my mom have ever gotten angry at me for anything I've ever done. Well, it was the wedding of the son of one of their biggest clients. Canceling on something like that at the last minute? That's a big no-no in the business world. Plus, your reason for flaking out was, well, in a word, ridiculous. I guess it's hard to see how your dad wouldn't get angry in that situation. I never knew that Justin really did have a major connection to my dad's company. Plus, apparently my mom and his mom have been friends since they were in grade school. So I have to deal with a lecture from both my dad and my mom now. Oh, this is the worst. Wow, really? I never knew that. So Justin's mom knew your mom? Oh, crazy. What a small world. And you've been hiding things from me too, haven't you? You told me Justin was just some ordinary middle manager type. You never told me who he really was, or more importantly, who his dad really was. How could you keep all that information from me? You lied to me. Lie? Oh, that's nonsense. I never lied to you. I told you he's an ordinary middle manager type now, because he is an ordinary middle manager type now. That wasn't a lie. As for him being the son of your dad's client, you never asked, so I never had any reason to bring it up. Don't you think you could have at least mentioned that? Seems like a pretty important detail for me to know. Well, if you're really interested in knowing about him, I can tell you more right now. Justin actually comes from a family similar to yours, with his dad running a major company. That was always kind of a sore point for Justin, though. He didn't want to simply be handed the reins to his dad's company without proving himself first. He wanted to prove to his dad and the world that he was a perfectly capable businessman in his own right. So he did just that. He went to school normally and started life on his own normally without ever throwing his family name or his dad's company name around. That's part of the reason I never talked to you about his family. I wanted to respect his wishes. That doesn't make any sense at all. He didn't want to take advantage of his family's wealth and influence? What is he, some kind of moron? I've been sailing through life on easy mode by taking advantage of my parents. Yeah, Justin and you have very different personalities, I know. Not even most of Justin's best guy friends know the truth about who his parents are. He actually sort of fibbed in his interview for the company he works for right now. They recognized his last name and asked him if his parents were who they thought they were, but all he said was, "That's a pretty common last name, isn't it?" So he climbed through the ranks at the company like any other person would. He finally did what he sought out to do. He proved that he could make it on his own. And, well, he's actually going to make this announcement later on tonight, but pretty soon he's going to officially take over running the company for his dad. What? You mean he's going to be running the company his dad runs? The one that's a major client of my dad's company? But that means that Justin is going to be my dad's client soon. Yep, and you called him a broke loser. Canceled on his wedding at the last second and flaked out on giving a speech at the reception. He's very displeased with you, Rihanna. He actually told me I should be glad you did me the favor of ending our friendship for me. Oh no, oh this is bad. Very bad. If my dad loses a major client because of me, and that causes financial damage to his company, then he's going to be very, very, very unhappy with me. Yeah, I'll bet. Not that it's any of my concern anymore. What? You said it yourself, Rihanna. Our friendship is over. Isn't that right? Well, Goodbye then. I've got to finish getting changed so I can go back to the reception. And just for the record, we don't have a seat for you, and even if you show up, the security guards have been given strict orders not to allow you in. So don't waste your time coming down here. This is all your fault, Ashley. Thanks to you, my parents are kicking me out of the house. What am I supposed to do now, huh? How am I supposed to live from now on? What? They kicked you out of the house? Oh, yikes. Wow, your parents must have been even angrier at you than I thought. It's all because you wouldn't let me into your wedding. I texted you over and over again and again, but you never even read my messages. And when I tried to sneak in through the back door, the security guards stopped me and threw me back out. And when I tried to shake them off and force my way in, they called the police on me. Good grief, I had no idea you were making that much mischief. I was so busy talking to people at the reception, I didn't even have time to look at my phone. They took me to the police station and wouldn't let me go until my parents came to pick me up. They told me they were ashamed to be my parents, that I had humiliated our family at a public event, and once we got back to the house, they told me right away that they were kicking me out. All they let me take with me was one single bag of clothes and other essentials. They even confiscated my dad's credit card. Uh-oh, you did all your shopping with your credit card. What are you going to do without them? Thinking back, I don't believe I've ever seen you pay with cash for anything as long as I've known you. I don't even know what a dollar bill looks like. I've never had to use cash for anything before. Whenever I wanted to buy something, all I had to do was whip out my dad's credit card. The card was the only thing I'd ever put in my wallet. Yeah, without it, you're kind of up a creek without a paddle. And now that's gone, huh? Well, what are you gonna do now, Rihanna? Any plans? Plans? You think I have a plan? I've never even had to plan anything before, much less my entire lifestyle. All I have with me is $10,000 in cash that they gave me when they kicked me out. They were very clear that they're never going to give me any financial help ever again. The last thing Dad said to me was, I have no need for a daughter who's willing to destroy my company over her overinflated ego. Then a few minutes later, my mom texted me saying to never come home again and that they were blocking my number. Holy moly, they were really angry, huh? Ashley, I'm begging you, let me stay with you at your place. Seriously? There's no one else I can turn to. I don't have any other friends, you know that. The only people I know are my dad's business associates, and I know for a fact that my dad's gonna make sure they don't help me out at all. So you're my only help, Ashley. Please, you have to help me out. I have to? Why is that? We're not friends anymore. Please, I'm desperate. All I need is a place to stay until my dad forgives me. Well, okay, that'll take a while. So how about just a week? I'll apologize to Justin for what I said. I won't be a burden on you guys at all. You don't even have to put out a mattress for me. I can sleep on the floor. So please, can I stay with you just for a little while?
Even in the incredibly unlikely event that Ashley does forgive you, you'll receive no such mercy from me. I would never allow someone who has spoken as ill of me as you have to live under the same roof as my family.
Huh? Ashley, is that you?
No, it's not. I don't suppose we've met before. This is Justin, Ashley's husband. I've heard a lot about you from Ashley over the years. It seems like the two of you were quite good friends from the time you were both young. That all came to an abrupt end yesterday, though, I'm informed.
Hi, Justin. Look, I am really, really sorry. I can't believe how foolish I was, talking so nastily about someone I'd never met. I said some really, really terrible things about you, and I really regret all of it. Like, calling you a broke loser and stuff.
I understand you were quite displeased with the ring that I designed for Ashley as well. And you also tried your hardest to convince her to refuse my marriage proposal, is that right?
Well, yeah.
I see. Well, I suppose we each have our own tastes and preferences. We don't have to all like the same things, and the same thing goes for people. So you're free to feel however you want about me, my family, and the engagement ring I gave my wife.
Does that mean you forgive me?
Not on your life, really. I can't believe you have the gall to even ask for forgiveness from me after what you did.
But
You hurt Ashley, the woman I love and will spend the rest of my life with, in the worst way possible. You betrayed her trust. Ashley has been looking forward to her wedding day since the day I proposed to her. She was so excited about sharing the celebration of our love with her family and friends. She wanted you to be one of the stars of the show that day. You, her best friend in the world. And what did you do? You canceled on her at the last minute. How could I ever forgive you for that? You crushed the priceless bonds of friendship that the two of you have built up all these years. And for that, I will never allow you to speak to my wife again.
Hey, who do you think you are? You have no right to come between Ashley and me. This doesn't concern you. I'm sure that Ashley will forgive me. We'll go back to the way things were before.
After everything you did, you tried to get her to break up with me.
But she didn't, right?
In spite of your efforts, yes. But to your point, don't count on Ashley forgiving you anytime soon.
What?
It looks like your demand to let you live with us was the straw that broke the camel's back. She was about to block your number when I came along. If I hadn't taken her phone when I did, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
She was going to block me? That's awful. How could she do that to me?
It's only a temporary reprieve. I just wanted to give you one final message before she blocks you. I'll be taking over my father's company soon, and I wanted to make sure you know that I have a firm rule to not mix personal matters with business matters. My company's dealings with your father's company won't be affected by your actions yesterday. I'll be telling the same thing to your father personally as well.
Really? Then, if my dad's company is going to be fine, he might let me move back in.
I can't say anything to that point. You'll have to ask your father. I'm giving Ashley back her phone now. I imagine that she'll block you as soon as I do. So wherever your path in life takes you from now on, I hope you'll remember well the lesson you learned today about loyalty and friendship.
Just like Justin said, I blocked Rihanna's number immediately. I went around and told all our mutual friends that we were no longer on speaking terms, as well as the events that led up to that. I doubt any of them will have much to do with her from now on. From what I hear, Rihanna rushed back home right after that and told her dad that since his company was going to be fine, he had no reason to kick her out anymore. She said that she regretted deeply everything that she had done and that she'd never do anything of the sort again. However, her father responded by telling her that she was banned from the premises, and if she ever came back, she'd be arrested for trespassing. After that, the intercom went silent and it was all over. Rihanna was sure that her dad would forgive her, so that was a huge shock. She just collapsed right there on the spot and started crying her eyes out. Now, her parents were generous enough to give her $10,000 to get her new life started, but Rihanna had never had a job before, so working for a living was yet another massive shock to her system. The last I heard, she was working part-time at a supermarket. Long gone are her days of Tiffany's jewelry and Gucci purses. She'll have to get used to blue jeans and t-shirts from now on. Hey Tina, I heard the big news. Is it true? Are you really going to get married? Oh wow, Jess, it's been so long since I last heard from you. But yes, it's actually true. We're going to try and have the wedding before the end of the year. Wow, really? Oh, that's coming up quickly though. Honestly, I really am surprised though. You used to be so shy and fat and ugly when we were in school together. In fact, I think it's just unforgivable that you think you can even get married before me. Wait, what? I'm sorry, what is all this all of a sudden? I get that you want to try and show that you're better than me by getting married first, but I just think that makes your wedding all the more sad. Honestly, did you really think that this would change the fact that you're still the same shy little downer that you always were? Do you really think that I'm getting married just so that I can brag about it to you? And why do you keep bringing up how I was in high school? And not only that, but who do you think you are to tell me whether I can or can't get married? You don't need to get so mad about it. I'm only being honest with you. After all, you've always been in my shadow ever since we were little kids. It's not just high school. All throughout our childhood, you could never once manage to outshine me. But I guess you think that this is your shot, huh? Jess, I really don't even know what to say to this. You don't actually think that's why I'm getting married, do you? Honestly, part of me can't even blame you for what you're trying to get away with here, but I still think that it's just pathetic. After all, I am clearly the much prettier, popular, all-around better one out of the two of us. So with that said, why don't you just give up on this silly wedding business? After all, I doubt that whoever you're going to marry can even be all that great since he's marrying you. Okay, Jess, you really are going too far. You don't need to start insulting my fiancé now. He is a really kind, sweet guy who cares a lot about me, and I won't let you badmouth him. So he's kind and sweet and cares a lot? Basically, what you're telling me is that you are going to marry someone ugly then, huh? Because who else would want to marry a woman like you? I doubt that this guy is even all that great. Probably just some loser who only has a part-time job at a grocery store or something. Jess, you literally have no idea what you're talking about, so please stop making so many assumptions about my fiancé. I'm just saying the only man I would ever let marry me would have to be working for a huge company and have a great salary. In fact, if you really want to know, I'm dating someone right now who is quite high up in the management for Orange Industries. Well, I didn't ask, I don't really want to know, and it's clear that you're just trying to gloat. But I'm afraid if that's who you're dating, your attempt to brag failed. What are you talking about? Are you saying that you're with someone even better than that? Well, it's just that my fiancé also works for Orange Industries, and last I heard, you work there as well, don't you? Hold on a second, are you serious about that? Please tell me that's some kind of a joke. Your fiancé really works at Orange? That's right. The guy that you said couldn't have anything but a part-time job is one of your coworkers. And his name is Josh, if you really want to know. You can probably guess who he is now, though. In fact, he's a branch director, so I wouldn't be surprised if you were actually working for him. Hold on a second, you're telling me you're going to marry Josh Beck? As in the Josh Beck? That's who you're going to marry? Don't tell me that you do actually know him. Wow, I was only guessing that you might have, but I guess I was right. No, this can't be right. I don't understand. Josh is all mine. He can't be marrying you. That's impossible. Not only are you going to be getting married before me, but you're going to try and take my man away from me, too? You think you can just have an affair with another woman's man, get hitched, and get away with that? Hold on just a second there. What do you mean that my Josh is also your Josh? You don't actually mean that you two are dating as well, do you? Of course we're dating. Who else did you think I was talking about when I said I was dating a man from Orange? I mean, Josh is the perfect package. He's handsome, smart, so young, and yet so high up in the company. How dare he choose some loser like you over me? Josh, pick up the phone right this instant. I am dead serious. Are you cheating on me? We are this close to narrowing down our wedding day, so please tell me this isn't happening. You're not actually going out with Jess behind my back, are you?
Tina, what in the world are you talking about? Do you really think that I'm cheating on you? Who's this even coming from? Who in the world is Jess?
Jess is a girl that I've known ever since I was little. She reached out to me when we were talking and she told me that she was dating you after I told her that you and I were engaged.
Wait, what? Did this lady really say that about us? Are you serious?
Yes, it's all true. She told me that you both worked at Orange Industries and that you were having a secret office romance.
Well, Tina, you have to believe me when I say that I've never ever cheated on you. I mean, I didn't even know that we had a Jess working in the office. Or at least certainly not in the department that I directly manage.
But she said that she worked at the same company with you and even said that you were the branch director.
Hold on a sec. Are you talking about Jess Jones? Is in the temp that we hired? You two are childhood friends?
Well, I wouldn't say that we're exactly friends, and I also have no idea if she's working as a temp or not.
Okay. Well, the only Jess that I know of working under me is Jess the temp. But I'd never really guessed that she'd pop up in my personal life like this. To think that she was really trying to say that her and I were dating, that's just crazy.
Why do you say it like that? Did something happen between the two of you at work or something?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really want to talk about this, but I guess now I really have no choice. But the thing is that her and I had a little trouble with each other earlier on. She kept telling other people in the office that her and I were going out as well, but it just was not true. You have to know that I'm telling the truth.
You're kidding me. So you mean she's been telling other people this same thing?
Yeah, but I guess maybe she wanted to try bragging to you since you two go way back. I don't want to sound rude, but she very much struck me as someone who looks down on others just because she's pretty. In fact, all of the temps that we ended up hiring were already married, so I always wondered if that's why she was telling people that we were together and engaged.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's just completely unhinged behavior. What is the matter with Jess?
I mean, I told her to stop spreading those rumours, and I always tried to correct what she told people, but I can't keep an eye on her all the time.
And, you know, she always was such a prideful person, even when we were in school together. I'm not really surprised that she refused to stop even after you asked her to. I remember she used to make up stories about dating popular boys at our school just to make herself look better. But then the truth would always come up, and the guy would always be so clueless when asked if he was really dating Jess.
Wow. It sounds to me like she's probably gotten pretty good at telling this same story.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's something she's had a lot of practice with. And I don't suppose there's any chance that you could transfer her somewhere else, right? I just really don't know how I feel about the two of you working too close together. Who knows what she'll try next?
Well, I don't think that you have anything to worry about. You see, Jess's contract actually runs up this month, so after that she'll have to go and find another job.
Oh, really? Oh, that's a huge relief to hear. Thank goodness.
Yeah, typically we hire our temps, but HR's report on her is just filled with misconduct, spreading rumours around the office, and her output of work is just so far below the peers she was hired with. And obviously we've tried lots of things to convince her to improve her quality of work, but whatever we say seems to go in one ear and out the other. So for now our strategy has been to be pretty hands-off until the contract runs up.
Oh, I see. Well, it sounds to me like that's the best thing to do to prevent any kind of drama from unfolding. And I just want to say that I am so sorry for accusing you of cheating on me before.
Oh, Tina, I have to say I was really surprised, but I understand now that we've talked out. Anyways, I've got to get back to it. Talk to you soon.
Hey, Tina, what is the matter with you? Why did you stop reading my texts? You know I can see when you've opened them, right? Anyways, I wasn't telling you how you don't deserve to get married before me. You do know that, right? Oh, Jess, I am so sorry to leave you like that. I was just talking to Josh a little about all of this. And he made it clear to me that you two have absolutely nothing going on. In fact, it sounds like he's actually actively trying to avoid you. Wait, what? Did he really say that? But of course he and I are dating. You really just need to give this a rest. I talked to Josh and he cleared up this whole thing for me. He told me all about how you've been spreading rumors all over the office that you two are together. But you really shouldn't be using people like that to try and fluff up your own reputation at work. Okay, well, sure, at first, when I started telling people about us, it was all a lie, but then Josh and I really did start going out and it stopped being a lie. He even proposed to me and we're supposed to be getting married. What in the world are you talking about? I mean, I can still remember the day he did it. I had no idea he could be so angry. He called me into his office and yelled at me about something to do with work or something, and that's when I felt it, the love that we had for each other. Love? What part of that sounds like love to you? Well, I went into his office and he had this really stern look on his face, and he asked me to quit lying to people around the office about us. But that means that he was telling me it wasn't a lie anymore and that we were going out together. Are you kidding me? Is that really what you got out of that statement? Of course it is, and he talked to me about how my contract is going to be coming up soon and how he and I should get married, but he really has such a subtle way with words. Jess, I have no idea what it is that he actually said to you, but I can guarantee that is not what he meant. I don't know what's going on in that head of yours, but it is not living in the same reality as everyone else. I don't know what to tell you. After all, Josh and I are already going to be getting married next month. I've already made my appointments to get my hair done and everything. I mean, the only thing that I can't wrap my head around is why you thought that you ever had a chance with a man like Josh. What are you talking about? You are literally delusional. Why can't you just wake up? Man, you are such a sore loser. Do you know that? You're just jealous because I have Josh and you don't, and you're finally having to come to terms with that. Are you kidding me? You're the one who has no idea at all about what you're talking about. But don't worry, I'll still send you an invitation to our wedding just so that you'll finally see that I'm telling the truth. Hey, when are you finally going to show up here? You really have got some nerve if you think I'll let you miss this. What are you even talking about right now, Jess? In fact, where is everybody? Even Josh's parents aren't here yet. In fact, I'm the only one here at all. Maybe everyone just got lost finding the place and are all going to show up soon? Wait, hold on a second. Show up where? Why are you waiting for Josh's parents? What do you mean, where am I? I'm at the wedding venue that Josh picked out for us to get married in. I'm here in my white dress waiting for the wedding party. But Hawaii isn't all that big, so I don't get how everyone is late like this. Wait a minute, you're in Hawaii right now? Well, duh, I told Josh that's where I wanted to get married, and he told me that he would make it happen. I really am so proud of him for doing this for me while he was so busy with work. It's always been my dream to get married in some kind of beautiful place like this, and now it's finally coming true. I don't even know what to say. I really hope this is some kind of big joke for your sake, though. Did you really fly all the way to Hawaii to get married? Hello? Haven't you been reading any of the texts that I've been sending you just now? So, anyways, are you almost here? The wedding is going to start soon, and I am still waiting for everyone to show up. I don't get how they could all be this late. Well, I don't know what to tell you, but we're all still in the city, and that's where our wedding is happening. So we're all still here back home. Nobody's going to Hawaii to see you get married. Wait, what? What are you talking about? That can't be right. I'm not getting married in the city. But if you're telling me that everyone's got the wrong address and is still in the city, then I'm going to be really mad. Seriously, what are you even talking about? I really just had no idea you would even take things this far. I mean, how did you actually get on a plane to Hawaii without realizing what a huge mistake you were making? Mistake? No, you're misunderstanding. I'm where I'm supposed to be. Everyone else made the mistake because they're still not here yet. I'm still waiting for everyone to show up here for my big Hawaiian wedding.
Jess, this is the last time I'll say this. You and I are not getting married. Nobody is going to Hawaii. Now please, just stop this.
Mr. Beck, is that you?
It is. And honestly, at this point, I have to say that I think I'm scared of you more than anything. I mean, to be so wrapped up in your delusions that you flew all the way to Hawaii. I think you should go and find a therapist or something.
Josh, how could you say that about me? That is so rude. And just why are you texting me from Jess's number? You're supposed to be here for our wedding.
Did you not read my message? I'm not marrying you, and I never, ever was. The only person I'm getting married to today is Tina.
No, you're wrong. You're marrying me, and I'm going to be your housewife and never have to work another day in my life. That's why you said that you weren't going to be hiring me after my contract ran out, right? Because we're getting married.
I seriously don't even know how to answer that. I told you we weren't hiring you because you've been a terrible employee. You've been telling everyone we're together after I asked you not to, and now you're harassing my fiancé. You've ignored everything I've been trying to tell you and insisting that your version of reality is the correct one.
Wait a second, you mean that you've really been mad at me this whole time?
Of course, I've been mad with you. But after a while I just gave up because I realised there's no point in talking to you. But anyways, I've got my own wedding to hurry about here, so I don't have time to deal with your craziness anymore. So good luck getting back home. I hope you brought a return ticket.
Wait, no, this can't be happening to me. We were supposed to be getting married. You're supposed to be all mine. You can't do this to me. You can't just leave me here. You're supposed to be mine, all mine. Apparently Jess hasn't bought a return ticket because she thought that Josh and her were going to go on their honeymoon right after the wedding. She had also spent all of her money on nice clothes and getting her makeup done for the wedding, also thinking that she's gonna be able to rely on Josh for his money. By the time she finally flew back here, it was clear that she had been through quite a lot. She looked an absolute mess. The last thing that Josh ever did for her was to send a company vehicle to pick her up from the airport and drive her home. On the way there, Jess had it explained to her that her position with the company was terminated as her contract had finished. In the end, Jess ran to her parents to beg them for help. But they were just as aware of her delusions as the rest of us and refused to play along. In fact, they offered to let Jess live with them if she sought out psychiatric help for her issues. Jess insisted nothing was wrong with her, and without a job, money, or anywhere else to go, she had to say yes. I can only hope that with her parents' love and some good therapy, that Jess can realize the mess she made of her own life. As for Josh and I, we got married without any issues and continue to live happily as husband and wife. We blocked Jess and everything, changed our number, and Josh even put in a request to manage a different branch so that we could move. With any luck, that's the last we'll ever hear from Jess.
Hey, Rosie. It's getting close to your mom's birthday, you know. I would really like this newly released dishwasher that just came out a few weeks ago. I looked it up and it costs around $3,000, but I'm sure you'll still get it for me, right? What? $3,000 for a dishwasher? But I've heard that also costs a little bit to have it installed, so round that up to $5,000, and I'm thinking that's what the total will be. You can just send me that money, actually. I'll be the one to go and buy it. Wait, Mom, $5,000 is a little too much if you ask me. What are you talking about? Your husband Rick is a CEO, so he's got to be making loads of money doing that, right? $5,000 for a present shouldn't be a problem for you at all. If you let him know about this, I'm sure he'll pitch in, considering it's his mother-in-law's birthday of all days. When it comes to men, they'll do anything to make their mother-in-laws happy. But I'm no longer his wife anymore. Rather, his ex-wife now. I'm sorry for never letting you know about this, but just recently Rick and I got a divorce. Huh? You and Rick got a divorce? That's right, just last month actually. So I'm not sure he's going to be joining me in celebrating your birthday this year, especially now that the both of us are trying to finish all the paperwork up from the divorce and are getting ready to start our new lives. I'm sorry, but can we wait a little while before celebrating your birthday this year? Are you kidding me? My birthday only comes once every year, and it's very important. Every year so far, you've been taking me to these really upscale restaurants and stuff, right? And along with that, you would always give me the most amazing and expensive presents. There's no way you're gonna skip celebrating my birthday this year. Then how about next year I give you both this year's and next year's presents? Right now, I'm having to get used to living on my own again, and it's costing me a lot of my money to do so. To be frank, $5,000 for a present this year is just not happening. No freaking way! I want to know what the hell you were thinking getting a divorce from Rick. You do not need to start to living on your own again. Just go back to him and make up already. You're a freaking idiot for letting a husband with that much money go. I don't want to get back together with him though, and I had every right to leave that man. Rick has been cheating on me for a long time now. And not just with one woman, but two. He already had a wife and still managed to be going out with 2 other women. No way I'm gonna keep him around. And what's so bad about cheating? What's wrong with him having 2 other women around him? Who cares that he loves other women besides you? It's all about his money. What? If you let a CEO husband like that slip away from you, you'll never be able to live your life of luxury again. And he was willing to send his wife's mother $1,500 a month so that she could be financially safe as well. And now you're telling me you divorced someone who is both nice and loaded because he had other women he loves? You're the most stupid woman I've ever known. Hold on a second, Mom. Your daughter was just cheated on by her husband. Are you neither sad or upset or something like that happening? Why are you getting upset at me for this? Because you're not gonna be the one giving me money. I don't give a damn how useless my daughter feels about what happened. Huh? Ugh. Ever since you were a little girl, you've always been causing me and everyone around you so much trouble. Now that you've got him messed up big time, I'm going to have to do something about this. I'm going to make him take you back again, and you're going to apologize to him for ever thinking that you could divorce him like that. I want you on your hands and knees apologizing to him over getting a divorce over something as common as being cheated on.
Yo, Rosie? Are you really regretting divorcing me that badly already? Oh, you were so pissed off at me for having 2 other girlfriends when married to you. It's kind of cute that you'd be crying and wanting me back when it hasn't even been a month yet.
Huh?
Because of that, I think I will let you get back together with me. But that'll only happen as long as you come and apologize to me. I want you to come and say that you're so sorry for getting upset with me for cheating on you. Then I'll let you come back to my side.
I'd rather not come back to you, actually. Don't ever talk to me again, please. Who would ever want to go back to a man whore like you anyways?
What?
Let me guess. My mom got in contact with you and told you all about me. I bet her exact words were that I was regretting ever divorcing you, so please let me remarry you again or something along those lines. That woman always finds the most aggravating ways to get under my skin, stupid woman.
Are you not regretting everything? Are you not crying right now about the fact that you divorced me over me cheating? What about all that stuff she told me about you crying over me all the time? That's what your mum was telling me about you.
And all of that was a lie my mom was telling you. I don't regret a thing about divorcing you, and I have not cried once about you being out of my sight for the past month. If anything, I'm getting pretty upset right now because I once again have to talk to you. You really thought I'd be coming to you crying about how I want to get back together and I'm so sorry for what happened?
You're not going to.
Like I said, who would ever want to get back together with a man whore like you, all right? Don't you even try talking to me like this again, you idiot. If you try this again, I'm gonna make sure you never have the means of talking to anyone again.
You freaking bitch. It's things like that that made you so darn annoying and forced me to cheat on you. You were just given a chance to finally come back to me by your mum. You're going to regret never taking what your mum and I were going to give you. If you come back crying someday, wanting to be a CEO's wife again, I'm going to ignore you and look at my two beautiful women that I still have near me.
The only one that's going to regret anything is you, Rick. When you come back crying to me about how you want to have a loving and caring wife like myself back, I'm going to ignore you and continue living the wonderful life I finally have again. What the hell do you think you're doing, you moron? I'd gone through all the trouble to get you Rick back and everything. You're freaking brain dead for letting the one chance you had of getting back together with that man go to waste. Do you have any idea how hard I worked to get Rick to even think about wanting someone like you back in his life? I never asked you to do something like that. Stop doing such stupid crap behind my back, woman. Ugh. Who do you think you are talking back to me like that? I was doing all of that for your sake. Not only have you gone and ruined what I was trying to give you, but you never even said thanks for it. You're the worst daughter this world has ever seen, you bitch. Calling me the worst daughter this world's ever seen just because I'm not doing what you want is just rude. None of what you've been doing has been for my sake. Rather, it's been all for your own. You're starting to freak out now because that $1,500 a month you're getting is no longer happening, right? Excuse me? I'm right on the mark, aren't I? Ever since I was a little girl, you never once cared about what I wanted or needed. The moment you heard I'd gotten married. No, wait, the moment you heard my husband was a CEO, you went to showing me all this love and care that you never once showed me before. That's not true. You were not on the mark at all. Far from it, actually. Then support my decision of getting that divorce. If I'm wrong, then you should be more than happy to see that your daughter is no longer with the man that was cheating on her. You shouldn't be worried about not getting $1,500 a month from him anymore, or not getting any more huge presents, right? Wait, that's what I thought. If you're not supporting your daughter right now with something that makes her happy, then you don't care about her. So I was right on the mark there. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Who the hell cares that you were on the mark there? What's wrong with me caring more about his money than my own daughter? I was trying to be quiet and listen to what you all had to say, but all of it was just bullcrap coming out of your mouth. I've heard enough. I have no use for a daughter that doesn't care as much about money as I do. Are you serious? Listen here, you little crap. For the longest time now, ever since you started to speak, you never listened to me and always talk like a smartass. Just because you're a little smart, you think you can talk like that to your own mother. Even though I was telling you as long as you got married, there was no need to go to college. But you got that scholarship without my permission and went to college anyway. You've always, for as long as I've known you, gone against my word and never ever listened to me. Well, sorry for that. You and I happen to value very different things is all. I get that you think you're always the boss, but I'm not a child anymore, so stop trying to lecture me about it. I can't stand you talking back to me like that anymore. I'm starting to think that it's just not such a bad idea to throw you away forever. If this is how you're gonna act and treat your own mother, then that's it. I'm disowning you for good. Excuse me? The only reason I've been so kind to you and raised you for all those years is because I was holding in my anger about how much you freaking acted like a jerk. That's why I was getting $1,500 a month from your CEO husband all this time in a way of paying me back for all the hard work that I did. I just wanted to live my life in luxury after so many years of raising a brat. But now you've gone and ruined everything for me by divorcing that rich man, you freaking idiot. I have no use for such a worthless daughter like you now. You have no right saying things like that to your own daughter. I'm not even hurt after hearing all that. I'm just in shock. Complete and utter shock. I've gotten all the use I could out of the lowlife that's been thrown out by her CEO husband. A useless daughter like you is never to come around me again, you hear me? At least now I get to keep my $1,500 every month. Thanks for that. What? You never want me around you again, right? Therefore, we're cutting ties to one another for good. I've been wanting something like this for a long time now myself, so this is perfect. Now I won't have to give up $1,500 a month anymore either. I won't have to give that man any of my money anymore either because now we're both officially divorced. Honestly, it feels like I've been reborn and I'm completely a new person. Oh, wait a second, What the hell are you going on about right now? What it sounded like to me, you're making it seem like you were getting that money from Rick and sending it to me. I wasn't getting anything from Rick, actually. I was the one using my money to support you every month. That $1,500 that I was giving you every month was coming from my paychecks. Rick never gave you a penny. What? Is that so? That first month's $3,000 that I gave you was all from me, Mom, and ever since that day I've continued being the one that gave you all that money. But Rick was telling me how he was the one giving me the money. Back when I asked you to give me a little more every month is when I heard that from him. You had told me clear as day that you wouldn't give me any more than I was already getting, so I went and talked to him out of anger. And that's when he told me that if you weren't going to let me have any more money, that he would. And after he said that, I started to receive more money like I was asking for. Rick really loves to lie his ass off, doesn't he? After he said that to you, he came right to me about it. He told me that he felt bad for you, so he wanted me to send you just a little bit more. I then asked him why he couldn't give you the money himself that you wanted, and his excuse was that he simply couldn't, and that I should be the one to give you more. What? And even after that time, you started to always talk to him when you wanted more money, right? And then he'd always tell you that he's the CEO and that he can get you that extra money you always wanted. But he was never actually the one giving you anything because he'd always come back to me with the same excuse saying I should give you more because he just couldn't. And guess what? He would always tell me the next day after those talks that if I ever told you the truth, it would embarrass him. And that's why it always looked as though he was the one sending you that money, when it really has been always me. Are you kidding? But Rick is a CEO, right? He runs his own company. He should have tons of money on him, right? So why would he make you be the one to give me that money all the time? Don't tell me he's been stingy jerk this whole time. He can't be stingy because he has no money. He's a definition of a moneyless bastard. The company that Rick is so-called running never does any business, meaning that he makes a whopping $0 every year. Huh? $0 every year? What do you mean? He has a company that he's running, yet he doesn't make any money? How the hell does that work? The thing is, unless he actually has a company, there's no meaning to calling him himself a CEO. Normally one would take the company they have and provide a service or sell something, and that's how you make money from the company, right? But this company that Rick thinks he has doesn't do anything. What? He only has the company in order to call himself a CEO and have a business card with this company's name on it. Theoretically, yes, there is a company, however, it's not a real company. He doesn't do anything with it, therefore he makes $0 from it every year. What? But every time he and I would talk, he always told me that the company was doing well. He'd always wear really nice suits, and when we'd meet, he'd just give off that well-off CEO vibe. I bought all those suits for him. He was always whining about how if he had no good clothing to wear, then he'd never be able to get a job. So in order to shut him up, I went out and got him some of the cheapest secondhand suits I could find and gave them to him. Is that so? It wasn't just you that I was having to pay for that whole time, Mom. I was also paying for our place, all of the food, the electric and water bills, his clothing as well as mine, everything. All from my paycheck. Now, if you want to know how I've been able to do all that, it's because I've been doing one hell of a good job at work, and that's why everything just worked with the money I was making. No way. I had thought all this time that Rick was the stand-up guy who ran his own company and made loads of money. But it's not only that he's never had a company, but that this whole time he's had to live off of what you made. When it comes to me, I never once heard about how you were making so much money yourself. Well, you never even asked me about it. You always made it very clear to me, even after getting married to Rick, that you didn't care about what I did for work. Actually, you would always pester me about it, saying that I was married to a rich man and should be quitting my job, right? There was never a time where I could actually tell you about how well I've been doing at work, because anytime I tried, you just hit me with that statement. Hey, Mom, I'd believed in you so much for so long now. I understood when I was younger that we'd always butt heads on things and you never liked the path I'd take, but I was sure that when I got into college you'd be supportive of me. And I started to believe that once I got myself a good job, you'd be supportive of me. I believed that by sending you money every month, you'd finally be happy and supportive of me. I'd worked this hard all my life believing that one day you'd be proud of me and support me. But that belief that you'll one day be proud of me is gone now. What? I've thought so many times now that I really want to cut ties to you. But you were the one that gave birth to me, and I never wanted to imagine a day that your own daughter would tell you goodbye forever. However, now that you've said you want to disown me just now, I'm so thankful. I can finally be free to live and do the things I want. Rosie, hold on a minute. I might have been taking things too far by saying that I wanted to cut ties to you and everything. Goodbye forever now. I'm going to do something you've asked from me for once, and that's never show my face around you or bother you again. I hope you're happy now.
Please, Rosie, can you please find a way to make your way back to me?
What? Who the hell is this?
You have to know who I am. Now, I want you to calm down and listen to what I have to say. I've finally come around to realizing why you were so important to me.
You've only just realized that now.
I had really believed that things would go well after the divorce. I happened to have 2 other women around me and a man who's been divorced before, and it's kind of awesome, right? And I was thinking that this would be the year I finally started to do something with my company. I was really thinking I could rub all my success in your face later on, but well, before I knew it, I was already $30,000 in debt. At this point, my company is going to go bankrupt.
You're joking. You're finally losing that company.
I'm really shocked by this myself. The moment that we got that divorce, my company started to dive into the red, which is strange because for years now I've been making it work, not having to do anything but just call myself the CEO of the company.
Damn. So you still haven't learned a thing. The reason you were never in the red all those years is because of me. I was doing all the paperwork and paying the bills so that you could keep that company going without you ever bothering to notice. So it makes total sense why you would be in the red now after I left. I'm going to assume that your company going into debt had nothing to do with the company itself though, right? You still carry the company credit card on you with a limit of $40,000 on it, right? Have you been using that card to buy groceries and things like that ever since the divorce?
Wait,
Just like I thought. Can't believe you're as old as you are and still don't understand how credit cards work. You used to work an actual job for God's sakes, but you quit it after getting married to me saying that you'd start a company of your own. Yet look at you. 3 years of you doing nothing with it besides making me waste my money to keep it afloat. I'm guessing that now since you've pretty much lost the company, your girlfriends have run away?
they sure as hell have. Ever since this morning, they haven't been reading any more of my text to them. They won't even answer my phone calls anymore.
Oh no.
So please, help me out. Help me and my company. Help me with my life. I figured out that you're important to me, so please, help.
I'm sorry to say this, Rick, but I don't need you in my life anymore. Goodbye, Rick. It's too late to regret all that you've done now, so stop your whining and do something with your life for once. Hey, Rosie, I'm very sorry for saying such terrible things to you before. Right now, your mother's very sad about what she's done to you, and with all of her heart is asking for you to please give her another chance. Nope. I have no need for you anymore. Don't be so cruel to me. Ever since what happened to us, I've been thinking. I think for the past few weeks, I've just been really shocked and frazzled. The divorce of you and Rick has really surprised me is the thing. I never knew about Rick being a fake that whole time, so it really caused me to rethink how I treat you. I should have been worried about you that whole time while supporting you, but instead I just continue to say some terrible things. Stop calling yourself my mom. Goodbye forever now. Wait. Please just stick with me a little longer. There are still some things I really want to talk to you about. As a way of showing my thanks to you for everything you've done for me, I've found you a new man. What? A new man? I'm sure that since the divorce, every day for you has been lonely at night, right? And what made things worse is that you were cheated on, which led to the divorce, and I'm sure you're still hurting. So your mom, in order to make you happy again, has found you a really great new man. I got you this new man in order to help heal those wounds to your heart and keep you company. I never asked for anything like that. Well, I know. But please don't be so cold about all this. I finally found you a man that will work perfectly for you. He's a little bit older than you, being in his 50s, but he's a real gentleman. He's even saying that he doesn't mind that you've been divorced before. Jesus Christ. In his 50s? He's also running his own company right now, but not like what Rick was doing. He's actually making money from his company. And he said that since you were making just as much as he is, he'd be willing to marry you. I think this man is perfect for you, and you both will get along so well. Gosh dang it, stop all that. In his 50s? He's closer in age to you than he is to me. If he's that good of a man, why don't you marry him? But he said that if he's going to get married, it's going to be with a young woman. He's told me that he really likes my character and body, but he'd much rather be married and have kids with someone who hasn't been pregnant yet. So if you're able to marry him for me, then we can all be a happy family and share. For crying out loud, enough! That guy, have you been dating him? After you told me that you were going to cut ties with me, I freaked out a little and found myself a boyfriend. But it's okay. I don't happen to need him for anything more than his money, so you guys can sleep together. I promise that as long as I get to use his money, you can do whatever you'd like with him and I won't get in your way. No. This is so messed up. This is actually beyond messed up now. This is like something that makes one need to be committed to an insane asylum. I'm disgusted by all of this. Freaking disgusted. Please don't say things like that about me, Rosie. Aren't you embarrassed to be all alone right now, having a divorce under your belt? You'll be able to get married again, and I'll be able to have my daughter back. He'll be able to marry a younger woman, and I'll be able to have his money. This all sounds like the perfect idea to me, so let's all three become one happy family. I'm blocking you. Go screw yourself. What? Rosie, you're not really blocking me, are you? Go screw yourself with a rusty pipe. What? Goodbye for frickin' ever now, you whore. Rosie! Wait, Rosie! You need to help your mother out. You can't just leave me forever. Right after that, I blocked my mom's number, her email, and all of her social media accounts, and just to be sure, I changed rooms within the apartment building. I also went and explained everything to my boss about what was wrong with my mom, so that if she ever tried to find me there, the front would immediately have the security personnel walk her out and lock the doors. Thankfully, she never did end up coming to the office looking for me, but from what I was hearing about her the day I blocked her, that man went and dumped her, which has now left her searching for wherever I'm living at now, which will hopefully never work in her favor. I understand that some might feel bad for what I had to do to my mom, leaving her like that when she was at her most vulnerable, but all of you listening know the kind of monster she is, and that's all I care about. However, a lot of my friends know of my past with her as well and the hardships I've had recently, so when she's gone to them asking for my address, they all tell her to screw off and that she deserves to be tossed away by her daughter. When it comes to what happened to Rick after all that, he ended up going back to his parents' house. But he had totally forgot about the fact that he took his parents' money in order to pay off the $30,000 debt he was in. So as they opened the door to him, they said he wasn't allowed in until he'd paid them every penny back. I never even knew about him stealing his parents' money in order to pay all the debt off, and I'm sure he was never going to tell me in order to get the $30,000 out of me, hopefully. As of right now, he lives in an old barn on someone else's property, although the owner doesn't know about it yet. And while he's been sleeping in there with the pigs, he's been working for a lawn care company under the hot sun every day trying to make money in order to pay his parents back. At least that's all I've heard about him.
Hey, did I really hear the news right? Are you actually really going to get married? I just can't believe they would actually settle for marrying you. Don't you know that nobody likes you at all? You're a nobody. And just, what is it about me that you always insist on criticizing, huh? All of you, you're all just horrible. You've been ugly ever since you were a little girl, and you just couldn't even go to college. You just started working right after high school. I mean, do you even have a single thing in your life that you can be proud of? I don't think so. Well, I'm so sorry that I can't be like my genius brother and that I decided to start my life after high school. But you do realize that I own my own bakery, right? And did you know that most small businesses close within their first 2 years? Well, I've kept my business open for 5. Doesn't that mean anything to you? You think that's an achievement or something? Everyone eats bread. Of course you're still open. And your overhead certainly can't be that much if all you need is flour, water, and some salt. You basically took the easiest route possible. It's amazing that you would even try to compare yourself to your brother when that's all that you could come up with. But then again, even when you both were little, it was clear who got the brains and looks between the two of you. And that's why your brother went to one of the top universities in the country and now works at one of the largest firms in the world. And you think that your little bread shop even compares to that? He might be working at some fancy company, but I still earn more than him. What are you talking about? Of course you don't earn any more than your brother. I mean, Francis is still in his 20s and he's already making $1 million a year. Could your store even bring that much over in a decade? You've got to be kidding me. You really don't know anything. You know, ever since your father died, a part of me has always been scared about what's going to happen when I got old. But now that I know my son is going to be able to take care of me, it makes it all better. At least I can count on one of you. So that's it then? You're just really telling me all this so that I can understand that you like Francis more than me? I'm well aware of how you feel about him. Thank you very much. But I still say that you don't know what you're talking about. You're just jealous that you're never going to be as good as your brother. That's been obvious ever since you were a child. That's why I don't care, even if you are getting married. Because if someone is wanting to marry you, that tells me all I need to know about them. If that's how you feel, then why did you even agree to meet my fiancé in the first place? You could have saved me the effort of introducing him to you. Well, I'm glad I could meet him just so I could see how much of a fool he really is. Doesn't he know that you're a nobody? Although just from looking at him, I could tell that isn't much either. So at least you two go well together in that sense. I can't believe you, Mom. Make fun of me all you want, but leave my fiancé out of this. You don't know him at all. He's always so kind and constantly cheering on my business. Not to mention the fact that he always has a lot of good advice about how I should be running my company. So I was right then. He's nowhere near the level of Francis at all then. And since that's the case, there's no reason to care for him at all. I hope you aren't wanting me to be at your sad little wedding. I certainly won't be giving you any money for it either. Even though your dad left me quite a pretty penny, I'm going to make sure that there is none left for you.
Hey, dork. I heard the news from Mom. You're seriously gonna be getting married?
And just what kind of way is that to talk to your older sister, huh, Francis?
Oh, please, you can't pull the age card on me anymore. We're way past that. But man, it must be so easy being a chick, huh? I mean, you've really just proved that no matter how stupid or ugly you are, you can still reel in some sap to marry you. So at least now when your stupid bakery does finally close, you can have him take care of you.
If you think that my marriage had anything to do with money, then you're dead wrong. And I certainly don't intend to live off of my husband.
So you intend to support the two of you with your crappy little shop then? Oh, you really are more stupid than you look. And you look really, really stupid.
Is this the only reason you decided to text me right now, Francis?
No, I mean, I think that's great. You've done so much in spite of how stupid you are, you know? I just sure hope that your store doesn't crash and burn and leave you drowning in debt. Because just know that I'm not going to lift a finger to help you when it does. That's your husband's job now.
You and Mom are just the worst. Do you know that? Why do you two always have to put me down? I thought you two might at least be happy that I was getting married.
Just why would that be something worth celebrating, huh? You think you deserve anything nice in your life? What have you ever accomplished that you think is worth celebrating? If anything, I'm the one that people should be celebrating.
And just how do you figure that, huh?
Because stupid girls like you get married to nobodies all the time. My life is far more interesting than yours will ever be.
I can't believe this. I actually can't believe that my own family is treating me this way. It's just absurd. I'm not asking for some huge wedding present or anything like that. I just wanted my family to be happy for me for once.
And just what about yourself would you think make anyone happy, huh? I have the college degree, I have the fancy job, and I have everything that you don't. Besides, I'm sure it's just a matter of time before your marriage blows up.
Oh, Lori, I'm so sorry. I completely forgot that today was your wedding day. And now I'm going to miss the whole thing, aren't I? I would love to go if I could, but I just have some really important things that I have to do. Sorry, what is this all about right now? Well, apparently Francis has met this girl that he likes. You see, they're actually already talking about getting married, and Francis told me that I just have to meet her, so that's where I'm going instead of your wedding. So anyways, Francis, his girlfriend, and I will be out for the day. You're kidding me, right? You're actually going to miss your own daughter's wedding just for this? Well, Francis told me that this was the only day that was going to work for him and that it had to be now. Apparently, this girl also works at a huge company, just like your brother, so they both have very busy schedules. That was the only time we could make it work. You're ridiculous. I can't believe that you're doing this to me right now. You're really putting meeting your son's girlfriend over being at your own daughter's wedding? Well, are you really even that surprised? Do you really think that we would go to your wedding? I just didn't think that you two hated me so much. I thought that you would surely put a wedding before some lunch date, but all you ever do is find new ways of making me feel awful about myself. Oh, come now, are you really trying to put this on your brother and I? I can't believe that you're being such a baby about this. I am not being a baby. I'm just coming to terms with the fact that I can't count on either of you. But it's been so obvious you've poured so much love and affection and money into Francis while I've got nothing. Why did I ever think that I could count on the two of you? Well, it's only because we knew that there would be no point in spending any money on a girl like you. We might as well have just burnt money to keep warm. But you don't actually know that since you never gave me the chances that you gave Francis. How dare you disagree with your mother? You think I don't remember what actually happened? What do you mean by that? I mean that I could see that while Francis was made for great things, you were not. This is just another job that parents have. They need to raise the best of their children up and make sure their less capable children know their place. You don't really mean that, do you? Of course I do. But apparently I didn't go far enough with you. You clearly think you're far better than you really are. Even though it's obvious that you're nothing at all compared to Francis, and you'll never ever amount to even half of his greatness. You're just a stupid little girl who could barely manage to finish high school. Stop it. You don't know what you're talking about. I run my own business. Even an idiot can run a bread shop. It really isn't that hard. You really need to gain some perspective. Do you know that? I can't believe that you're really telling me all of this. Well, I won't have a chance to tell you at your wedding since we're not going to be there. So enjoy having a wedding with none of your family there. But my mom is going to be there. What on earth are you talking about now? I mean that I don't need you or Francis to be here at my wedding. Did you hit your head or something? I am your mother and I'm not going to be at your wedding. You? No, you're not my mom at all. In fact, I don't even know what I was thinking sending you an invitation. But what does that mean? How could you possibly have invited her? Well, obviously, I would only want people at my wedding who were there to actually help me celebrate. So I've invited someone who I've always thought of as a second mom. My homeroom teacher who pushed me all the way to graduating from high school. She was a better mother than you ever were. Are you talking about Mrs. Harris? You've got to be kidding me. That's right, I am talking about Mrs. Harris. While you were doting on Francis, she was helping encourage me to stick with my studies and not drop out. She even made sure that I had enough to eat throughout the day. In fact, she was the one who taught me how to bake bread at school one day. But I don't get it. Are you saying that I wasn't feeding you enough now? It was just that I noticed you were putting on weight and I wanted to help you keep it off. Besides, it sounds like it's really thanks to me that you learned how to bake bread if you think about it. I am not giving you an inch of credit for anything, Mom. You never taught me anything of value that my teacher didn't teach me better. She's the one who made me think that I could really find a living for myself and make something of myself one day. Even after I graduated and went to work at that industrial bakery, it was so I could learn how the business worked from the inside. So what? You make people sandwiches or croissants and you think that means anything? Don't you get it? You didn't even raise me. I barely even consider myself your daughter because you never gave me a single worthwhile life lesson. Doesn't that make you ashamed of yourself? How dare you talk to your mother that way? You better watch your tone. I don't have to watch anything with you because I don't think of you as my mother. A real mother wouldn't treat her child the way that you've treated me over the years. You really have got some nerve, do you know that? I don't care what you think. Don't bother coming to the wedding because you are uninvited. Not that you were going to come anyways, but I never want to hear from you again. You little brat! You think you can tell me where I can and can't go? You think you can treat me like a nobody? I'll make you pay for this! You were the one who reached out just to tell me that you weren't coming anyways. What are you getting so upset about?
Hey, Lori, you there? I was just talking to a friend and, well, is it true? Is your bakery really that well known?
Why on earth do you want to know that?
Well, it's just that I mentioned your bakery to my girlfriend and even she knew it. She said it's the name of a little truck that goes around town selling baked goods. She told me there's a long line every time you stop at her office. She was telling me about how great the bread is and how if you don't put in your order right away, the bread always sells out.
Well, I'm so happy that you've met one of my loyal customers. It's nice to hear feedback since we're normally so busy we never have time for small talk. Although it's good to know she thinks so high of us.
But then, but does that mean it's true? You're really some famous baker? I had no idea you were so well known.
Well, your girlfriend certainly seems to be a fan, so I guess if you take her word for it, it must be true. By the way, I heard from Mom that you're thinking of marrying this girl. She sounds like a real keeper to me.
Of course she's a keeper. I was going to propose to her sometime this year. Or rather, I was going to. But now it feels like she's trying to avoid me.
Oh no. Do you have any idea why she would be doing something like that?
Well, I do. It's because it's all your fault. She only told us how big a fan she was of your bread after we spent the whole evening telling her how horrible you are. For some reason, my girlfriend took it upon herself to defend you.
You mean that someone who didn't even know me stood up to defend me?
And when she found out that your wedding was going on at the same time, she freaked out on me. She asked me what kind of brother I was to be missing your wedding, and that there was no way she could be with a guy like me. She got so mad that she grabbed all of her things and stormed out of the restaurant that we were all in. She was going on about how she had no idea I was that kind of guy, and then told me that she never wanted to hear from me again. I tried calling her a little after that, but she wouldn't pick up her phone.
And you're really going to try and put that on me? Sounds to me like you got exactly what you deserved. I'm surprised it took her this long to figure out the kind of person you are, honestly.
Wait, what? You can't honestly mean that this is all my fault, right? Of course it's your fault. Well, that's why you gotta help me. Please. She's the daughter of my supervisor.
And why do you think that should make me care?
Because I know that if she doesn't like me, then she can turn my supervisor against me and make my work life much more stressful.
Well, I don't know what you want me to do about it when the reason she broke up with you is because of all the horrible things you were saying.
Come on. You can't really mean that. You know that Mom and I talk bad about you all the time.
That's exactly what I mean, but I want nothing to do with any of this. But just to make things worse for you, I'm going to stop sending my truck to your office. Lori, are you there? I just wanted to say how sorry I am for yesterday. It really is true that I just had to meet Francis's girlfriend yesterday, but we really were just crushed to have to miss your wedding. Of course, you know that we would have loved to be there. What are you going on about now, Mom? I just mean that I can't believe that my little girl has really gotten married. I'm so proud of you. I just wanted to let you know that. Mom, where is this coming from all of a sudden? Do you think I'm going to buy this change of heart? Well, I just had no idea that your business was really that successful. I did a little looking around and you're huge, actually. I mean, I hear that you sell out of all your products every day and that you have fans of yours all over the city. How could I have been so foolish as to not realize this? And just what does that have to do with anything else, huh? Well, then I got to thinking, if you're making that many sales, but your overhead isn't actually that much, then certainly you must be making a ton of money. I was thinking that maybe you could teach me some of your recipes so that I could get some of that money. Mom, give me a break. I am not going to be giving you my recipes because you want to make money. How can you be so cruel to your own mother? I have some goods of my own that you could sell at your store. I'll just need my cut of the dough, so to speak. So you're really also baking now? Well, once I found out how much money there was to be made in doing it, I just knew that I had to get in on it. I'm sure that my baked goods would be a hit at your store, so please, just give them a chance. I actually left a plate of them on your store the other day. Did anyone try them? Oh, that. I got a call from an employee about that. I told him that it was a health hazard to leave food out like that and to throw them all away. Wait, what? You threw my cookies out just like that without even trying them? Mom, you left a plate of uncovered food in a restaurant. What if someone ate one and did get sick? That's a huge liability for us. Anyways, I've already made it clear to you that I want you to stay away from me, and that me, my husband, my business, and anything else you can think of. Got it? After that, my mom heard from my relatives all about what an amazing wedding I actually had. My mom and Francis clearly had no idea that it was going to be catered by a famous chef. Not only that, but we hired a famous DJ as well, and the whole wedding was more like one giant festival. Everyone who was there had an amazing time. As for Francis, I heard that he could never keep a girl for more than a few months before driving them away. After his last girlfriend, his supervisor started coming down on him hard. The rest of the office did too, and it slipped that he was the reason they weren't being visited by my bakery truck anymore. He couldn't stand the pressure and the rumors, and he finally quit his job. I have no idea where he or my mom are now, and frankly, I don't care. My business is running smoothly, my marriage is going well, and for the first time, I finally feel like I am doing enough in my life.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.